It took me half a year to create that source layer labyrinth, and it took you less than half an hour to escape. Disappointing, I admit.
It's always easier to destroy than to create.
But destruction is so hard to watch, especially when it's of something you value.
And yet you chose to proceed anyway.
Past events already demonstrate how the mods value the Sapphire Core. But I need it, and that makes you my enemy. Why should I care for the suffering of an enemy?
Why do you need it so badly? To find the source of the Visbanes?
Sounds like you've tried. Yes. The Visbanes are your sworn enemies. You would try to root us out at the source.
The Sapphire Core was of no use. It's best to give up early.
Give up? As I'm sure you understand, the Cloud Song ore is only going to become more problematic. Unless you have powers to match Gaia's, Shu Hung is doomed. Yet if I told you to abandon Shu Hung to flee with everyone you could save, you would reject the idea.
Do you have to do this?
I do.
At the cost of lives?
At the cost of existence itself. Perhaps you have done the same at some point. Spent years, decades, even centuries in the pursuit of an answer to a single question. And when you have spent long enough in the search, it becomes its own purpose.
Just what is it you want to know?
Gongchen, you are a prime mod. But what confuses me is this. You, even you, don't seem to wonder what this world, what you, what I, what everything means. Don't you think it's worthy of investigation? How can they do it? How can they live in such peace? How do they manage to ignore the nature of the question? This is not mine. If it is betrayal to possess power which does not belong to you, then what would loyalty be to them? Can they even tell who they are? Who their selves belong to? Again, this is not mine. Their belief in the possibility of betrayal, their fear of it, is the shackle that prevents them from being free. If you cannot step outside Gaia's rules, You can only live in the ways Gaia permits. Live happily, but unknowingly. What belongs to them, what belongs to me? Are these questions I can decide myself? What should I be? Are you willing to admit it, Maud? That you are a tool in Gaia's world?
The world belongs to the humans. Your questions cannot faze me.
You are making peace with ignorance.
There will always be unknowns.
Answers lead only to new questions. Knowledge gives birth to not knowing. I accept this. But still, I will pursue omniscience. Humanity still has a desire to learn. Do you know only to avoid learning?
If you insist on denying the value of Gaia's existence, I can do no more to persuade you. Life, civilization, these things have value simply by existing. Reality is what we perceive it to be. This is how humanity understands the world. And it is all I want from Gaia. Gaia was created to protect human civilization. All within it, in whatever form. Humanity, mods, is part of that civilization. Call it unreal, call it fake if you wish. But this is how humanity has survived and grown.
I truly do not understand it. You have the power to gain a higher understanding, but prefer to remain ignorant. Gaia is nothing but an arc on which humanity ekes out a miserable existence. Have you never wondered what it is that gives us our powers? And what those powers should be used for?
I only care for that which I can protect. And the Sapphira core cannot leave Shu Hung.
Is that so?
Get him out of here. Sending Linyu. New core.
The laws of Gaia are being distorted. This interference, you have placed a seal on it.
If you plan to use the power of the Sapphira core to escape, give up.
So I will be unable to use it as long as you are here. Well, that's a very compelling argument in favor of killing you.
Another fight. Will we ever see a day of peace?
As I understand it, all Prime mods have the powers to adjust Gaia's laws. So the sealing of the Sapphire Core, there could be no other explanation. It must have been you.
I see you've done your research.
I have been gathering intelligence for some time. But maintaining that seal while fighting me, it would be like fighting one-handed. You cannot stop me.
No need for concern. And in fact, your powers have blocked my control of the Sapphire Core. And as I understand things, there is only one power that can override Prime power. Would you like to explain where you got this power to change the laws?
I don't think I owe you any explanations.
I was being careless. Let's go.
In the palm of my hand. A shifting world with fixed principles. All we see is empty.
You contain too many powers. Powers which do not belong to you. You are not unaware of who you are, but they make you unsure of what to do.
It is not I who is unsure. It is you. Divine grace seeks to destroy Bane energy. Bane energy represents corrosion and destruction. Those are the so-called principles Gaia loads you with. But now I have both of those powers. What should I do? Destroy myself? I am strong and stable, and so should be destroyed. It is contradictory.
The principles do not contradict. It is you and your attitude towards Gaia that is self-contradictory. Nothing that ignores order can be called stable.
Your strength in combat is impressive, as I should expect of a Prime.
And I thought someone who boasts of killing me might be stronger.
I am surprised you survived your fight with Odin unscathed, but that will not change things. As the Sapphire Core exists, I can take my time with your seal.
Going to run away again?
As I said, you are in no state to stop me.
To prosper.
Port Carp. Is that Verthandi?
Did she lose control of her powers? Such a shame. You're faster now. I see you were holding back in the control room. You lured me from there to prevent damage to the engine.
Now that you've stepped out, erase any thought of going back. You don't seem too surprised your plans have failed.
She is like me. Gremory is no match for her full powers. What surprises me is that Gremory still lives. If Verthandi is still opposed to us, she has no reason to leave Gremory alive.
She will know that saving others is more important than killing Gremory. She's not like you. Verthandi knows what she is fighting for.
Our powers determine who we are. Only the weak need to prioritize like that.
We have identities so others cannot control us. You are using a quest for non-existent answers to justify your own lust for control and to explain your prejudices.
There's no point in continuing this. You have chosen to stand with the humans, so you must care what is happening down there. Shu Hong is out of time. That mountain is merely the beginning.
Someone will take care of the Cloud Song ore.
Shu Hong's spatial structure has been stabilized with divine grace. Odin is the only person capable of that. That means she is busy. So, who else do you expect to help?
Trust has maintained both Shu Hong and the Quad until today. You were able to fool me, because I am merely one person. But you cannot fool the millions of people in Shu Hong.
Blind faith in the weak will only cause them to collapse. You are wasting your own time.
I let you hide in the source layer once. I won't fall for the same trick again.
A waste of your energy. If you think you can take the Sapphira core from me, come and get it.
You appeared at the Photon Rail Station only half an hour ago. But your plans to keep us busy have worked well, and sent you Jin to chaos. You obviously planned carefully. But tell me, if Lin Guan and the others hadn't exposed you, when would you have acted?
I was waiting for you all to leave Shu Hong.
Korg's plan?
It was the simplest method. If humanity left Shu Hong, you wouldn't care who possessed the Sapphira core.
Nonsense.
How's that? Ink splash. Let's go.
Understand life before you worry about death.
If you're so convinced you are right about your identity and your existence, let me demonstrate. Do you have free will? Or are you a Gaia program?
Understand life before you worry about he's moving away. I can't give him another chance to get into the source layer. There's no time to go around. I'm going through.
Ink splash. How's that? All we see is empty.
Understand life before you worry about death.
Let's go. How's that? Let's go. I can still keep going. How's that? is far from complete.
Understand life before you worry about death.
How's that? All we see is empty. Let's go. Let's go. We can still keep going. My mission is far from complete. Let's go. My mission is far from complete. How's that?
Oh, is the astral engine running? Ah, there is another core, which is why you dragged this out. But Gaia has already determined Shu Hong's fate. Your short-sightedness disappoints me.
You do not decide Shu Hong's fate. We do. You will suffer for your arrogance.
How determinist. Do you always need to find a justification for your actions? But as time is against both of us, perhaps we should find another way to solve this.
Given up?
Continuing this deadlock only wastes time. Violence is vulgar, yet effective. Don't disappoint me, Prime.
You seem sure of your own strength.
At the least, I fail to see I have any weaknesses. And if you've found a suitable replacement for the engine, you have no further need of the Sapphire core. Your seal on the core is weakening. I suspect these events are connected.
The seal is weakening? Really?
If you can no longer maintain the seal, I think we can bring this to an end.
How much do you know about the Sapphire core?
It is an embodiment of Gaia's powers and processing power.
Yes. That is what us mods believe. So... no matter.
You unsealed the Sapphire core.
And if I did?
A connection protocol is needed, I see. Otherwise, overload is inevitable. If Odin cannot hold, it will be your fault Shu Hong is destroyed.
I have faith in her. I could do it. So can she. Is that enough? Will you leave the Sapphire core here now? Another fight. Will we ever see a day of peace? All we see is empty. Understand life before you worry about death.
Gaia requires that Mars guard the Sapphire Core. But to take it to the surface there, to use it as a tool and an object of research, was that part of your duties? If Gaia was aware of this, it would be a betrayal.
But Gaia does not think and is already damaged. That is why I had to do so.
If Gaia is damaged, why stick to its programming?
This has nothing to do with Gaia. No matter how Gaia changes, I will remember why I and my power exist. And if some rule tells me to abandon something I know I should protect, then I break it.
I see. On that, at least, we can agree. At this point, it seems there is no argument to be had. We are equally matched. Aren't you worried of damaging the Sapphire Core if we fight on?
The consequences of letting you take it would be just as bad.
This is your final chance to make a different choice.
I never regret my choices. I will stick to them, no matter the price. And as I said, Shu Hung will survive today. I can still keep going. Let's go. I was being careless.
Chi from all a shifting world with fixed principles.
May the world be at peace one day. Can the future be rewritten? By the time I got my answer, the future had already become the irretrievable past. But even so, but even so. Even so, we still hope to rewrite it. Hoping that our choices now may bring a better outcome. If destiny be silent, there is no need to be a believer. So set your doubts aside and keep moving forward. You were right. Again. Am I still unwilling to let go?